Joe, you're an email expert. You work for Mailer and you see everything that's happening in the email space. At Media Spa, we're advising our clients all the time how to get the most out of that channel. We talk about welcome series campaigns, we talk about abandoned cart. How are those tactics performing in your eyes, and what other tactics are you seeing in the market? People here who are merchants have, like we discussed, a lot of people knocking on their door saying, try me, I'm going to help you sell more. So product recommendations seems awesome, right? We need this. Amazon does it. You guys do it great. But I've got 12 other things out there that are knocking on my door. How do you prove to your clients that this is worth their time and that there's ROI on product recommendations? Do you have any data you can share? What's the sell?
One pro tip from each of you guys on how to make the most out of the Christmas shopping season.
And if you look at across the top 1,000 internet retailer.
My tip would be to test. I think a lot of people put code freezes on during the holiday season, and that's fine, but you're going to get so much more traffic, so you can have statistical significance a lot quicker. You can test good stuff. You can test stuff by segment. You can test by gifters. So if you know you're going to get gifters, that's a segment that you're going to market to. So I'd market and test on that segment. So that would be my accelerate the testing, learn a lot quickly.
Second that.
Who else has got a question? We talk about, Nosto and product recommendations and what predictive things we can do to keep people interested and engaged. And I know you as a skeptical marketing guy, and so that I imagine there's a lot of really neat technologies out here that you saw at IRCE, and you're like, that's great, but is it going to work? Is it worth it? I have 8 million vendors that are vying for my attention. And then there's another side of things that say, well, let's just let our customers tell us what they're interested in. Mm-hmm. And there's folks like My Alerts and people who use surveys and really letting the individual dictate what they want to be. Is Zacky's doing anything to listen to their customers and driving marketing that way?
No. So hear me. So
you said Zacky's does not really listen to their customers explicitly, but you're asking the vendors to listen to you, their customer.
I happen to know better.
Right. Okay. Brandon, as an enterprise account executive for Optimizely, you've helped large merchants get their testing programs off the ground. We know there's positive ROI when you're a big merchant and you've got tons of traffic. But what about the small and medium-sized guys? When does it make sense for them to have a conversion rate optimization program running?
I want to change the topic to something that we're really focused on at Media Spa, which is staying 6 months, 12 months ahead of the market. Because everything we do, e-commerce in general, moves extremely fast. And if you're not a little bit ahead, you're ultimately behind. So if you guys could, in each of your verticals, talk about what's coming. What's the future of email testing and shipping going to look like in a year or 2 years, or however far your crystal ball will let you see. I see it if it's an impulse item or it's a piece of fashion apparel that you need for some event. Yes. If it's paper towels, no. Yeah. Right. So I talked to some folks, some other competitors in the space that I won't mention, who are really focused on and thinking about in the future predictive segmentation, right? So you have experiments or tests that you want to run that right now we all have to think about, hypothesize, create a testing plan. But with all that data that we're collecting, we'll have the opportunity to prognosticate what the right experiment is without manually doing it, taking one of the manual elements out of testing.
You run business development for Nosto in North America. You have a lot of experience with product recommendations. At Media Spa, we talk to our clients about product recommendations. We call them cross-sells and upsells, and we talk about how they impact the customer journey in e-commerce. I'd love to know, what are the mistakes people are making with product recommendations? That question sort of, at least from the agency side, from Media Spa's perspective, we don't explicitly call ourselves digital marketers, right? We do strategy, design, development, optimization. But as each of these technologies is evolving, we find ourselves moving towards, called marketing tech, right? We're working with review guys, we're working with product recommendation guys, we're working with email, loyalty, retention, all these things that end up more and more encapsulating what is digital marketing outside of paying somebody to optimize a spend. So it's interesting how these worlds are colliding and how the sort of decision about where to spend is not just on, whether it's Facebook ads and retargeting and display, but do I just need to do some on-site technologies that are going to push marketing out on a more automated basis? It's as fair a question. Suri, as a channel partner manager for Tamando, you have solved many merchant shipping issues. The question I always get is, how do we compete with convenience and not go bankrupt?
Happy anniversary. So, thank you guys. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. And thank all of you for coming. There'll be some time to hang out and network and drink. I don't know if all the burgers are gone yet, but really appreciate it. So, hope you had a good time and see you next time.